and today I will be doing a bit of a scholar guide. I'm not really great with these, it's my first time kind of doing it, so just kind of bear with me. I'm just going to be reviewing pretty much everything he can do and the effects of his consumables. I don't have the numbers or the stats and all that. I'll show you like small differences between being like level 1 and throwing a pot at something, or like being level 15 and throwing a pot at something. So I'll just start off with that. Level 3 effect does like a little fire effect for the pot. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage because it's not scaled up. And then level 15. Pretty much roughly the same. Pretty much roughly the same. Not much of a difference from what I noticed. But pretty good AoE. The daggers, when you get that leveled up to level 3, you don't really have to worry about it too much. It's just kind of, you throw it once, you forget it. The debuff stays on for quite a bit. It seems to just decrease the enemy defense, kind of like the critical hit perk. I think this pretty much works for every dagger, so I'll test it. I feel like the fan daggers would be the most effective. You can also notice that the fan daggers throw out a whole lot more too. For the perfumes, when you get that to level 3, some of them kind of just keep the same effect. The little explosion after is the same thing that kind of remains the same. You can see the poison is doing damage, so not only will it be like poisoning them, it'll do like small chip damage. The physics, you're not likely to ever get this to level 3, but if you somehow do, it'll just increase your attributes dramatically. You can see it right there. So I increased my health, my stamina, mostly my health. I haven't really tested if it changes anything from these. I've kind of just been testing like more of the simple ones. Let me test this one. Nothing's really different. It still has the same condition. Just still has the regular physique one. The boluses, those are great. So you just pop one, and it works the same as before. You get the improved resistance, and then it reduces the buildup. I haven't really seen an enemy where you could test that in here, though. It doesn't exactly have a way to spawn a poison enemy. I guess what I could do to test it is the shit pot. And then it just removes it pretty much. Crab. Crab is my favorite. Significant HP boost. Significant. Like, dang. Just having the physique buff and the crab buff gets you up pretty good. Pretty good. Like, even like level 1, it boosts your health up quite a bit. It's very good to level that up early. Exalted Flesh. Let's see what that does. It gets rid of the body buff of the crab one, but it improves your affinity attack power, your physical attack power. So that's pretty good. That'll also go pretty well if you're doing certain builds that involve your affinity attack power and stuff. Because then you can just use the greases and other stuff. The effects with the aggressives, all they really do is they just last longer, and they increase the potency of the buff, pretty much. So it's like 36 because of the Exalted Flesh. Otherwise it would just be 30. It could go higher if you use certain relics. Pretty decent damage. Pretty much effectively use this with anything. Pots. Pots. There's a lot of pot effects. So I will just go through each one. Already done the flame one though. So magic pot. Level 3. That's pretty okay. Lightning. It just pops a second time. That's a little bit more damage than the fire pot. I think this would be huge against enemies that are like in death or whatever. So this would be very huge against the Death Reaper. Like you'd be killing them very fast with just a few pots like you would in Elden Ring. Poison pot. It does a little debuff. Debuffs their defense and poisons them. It's the same with the fetid pot. The fetid pot does a little bit of damage. Rot pot. Similar thing. They just apply a debuff and do their thing. Rancor pot. These have a little bit more of a unique interaction, I think. Yeah, it's just a bigger explosion. It does a lot more damage. It does a lot more damage than the lightning pot, I think. But they all have to hit. I guess if you're just trying to lure them, I wish how these pots would work. I wish they would like make an enemy like attack a player, like attack a person. Like you could send like the little beastmen like after an enemy, just do that. They'd attack and aggro all of them. Pretty much these pots, they just, you know, they draw guys or beastmen, you know. Nothing special. I like the frostbite. A little damage over time there. Nice little feature. Volcano pot. Coolest, but I don't know how often you're gonna find it. $477. That's a bit more than the Rancor pot. Yeah. So when you're using the status pot, the main damage is really going to be from the status effect more than itself. at least like a little blood AoE. $504, damn. That's huge. Let's try it on this guy. Okay, no bleed proc though. What's there to test next? Tools. Tools. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, these are a different kind of consumables too. They'll have like their own level up thing. I'll show you that too. Tools I'm really excited to test out. So, there you go. You'll find these in like the caves and stuff. Pretty good consistent damage. Just kind of use and forget. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it does it 3 times. 3 times, okay. I mean, that's pretty good. You can find those. Like, if you're just playing in base game, you can find those over by the castle every time. I think personally, I like this one more. Because it just draws them in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Tools. We'll start with the bell. The tools and stuff I don't have leveled up, so it will take me like a bit. $153, that's just kind of level 1. I'm assuming like every level up with the tools, like the damage increases. Alright, before it levels up, I should show like what the FP drain looks like. It levels up per hit from what it looks like. 168. That's a bit of an improvement, but not much. Let's try this. Ooh. Uses a lot of FP though. I think they changed that with the update, or maybe I'm just not lucky. Maybe like it would be better on Recluse, but with him it seems useful. I'm sure if you wanted to do a tool build, that using the Wraith Bell would probably be more effective. You could probably get the relic with the Wise perk, give you max FP each Rise Tower. That helped you out a bit if you wanted to do tools consistently. Level 3. Level 3. 200. It's just flat 200. I'm not even sure where you're going to get these tools, because I have never seen these tools. Personally, I've never seen these in any of my runs. I think the tools you'll find more are these two. You'll find the Infant Head and the Rise Towers. And the Wraith Calling Bell, you'll find those around the graves. I don't know where you'll find these tools if you're in the DLC location, though. That's the only issue. Tools, definitely going to be more effective. Oh, okay, so you get more damage if you let it spread out. So if you just do it like this, just a little less, just a little less. So you have to be like the ancestor, just do it like that, spread it out. Not too much, though. What if I do it like this? $800? Okay. Very good for group play. Group play, yeah. Moving target, not so much. Better if it's a big target. Oh yeah, I can tell that's gonna be very good though. It's probably gonna chew through magic a lot though. Let's see. Level 3 actually not that bad. It becomes a tool you can efficiently use. So I guess if you get that tool, you have like a few starlight shards maybe. Boom. Your max FP increases. You can spam it even more now. Boom. I mean, this is just pure fun. This isn't even like going into his kit yet. This is just his passive feature. Sadly, I find it underwhelming because you literally have to hog all the consumables in the map, and other characters sometimes need consumables more. you're not likely to find like all of these consumables. The one you're going to find consistently is the fire pot. You can buy that from a merchant over and over and over again. The flask, you're not likely to find those often unless you find it in a secret chest or you have the treasure map to specifically look for these chests. The boiled crab, you're always going to find this. You're always going to find the prawn. You're always going to find the pickled turtleneck. You're always going to find the boluses. You're always going to find starlight shards. These are the kind of things you'll be effectively using more. That'll help you out as you play the game, play the missions. I don't really find these special pots often. I do find the Rancor pots often when I normally play the game. Darts, daggers, you'll find those in like the little camps. The little camps sometimes at the churches. Nothing too crazy. I didn't really go through what this one does, or this one. So I'll do that real quick. So same thing like the poison mist. It does a little explosion and does the debuff. That increased my defense times 3. Physical damage negation, status ailment resistance, and poise. Add explosion to perform perfuming arts. Okay, so like what? Okay, so you do a hit. You do one hit and you get an explosion. Improve damage negation 1 time. Add explosion to perfume. And that's where those passives on the relics come in, like improving the arts and everything. I think you find these at the little bandit caps or whatever where you like spawn in. It's not consistent though. I wouldn't rely on this too much or make a whole build around it. If you wanted to though, you could. It's just you're not likely to find it. I've seen the merchants sometimes sell like 2, but I don't know if it's like the ones you'll need for offensive stuff. Let's test this. Nope, still the same. Every physique, when you have it level 3, it'll just improve your stuff and do the basic effect it does. Greases. I don't think this will be much use, because he's so good with arcane, it's not very hard to proc this. But as you can tell, like it gets harder and harder to proc it every time. When it comes to doing your status effects, you kind of want to save it. Like save it when the boss is getting lower and lower. I really don't know what that's supposed to do. I guess just one damage to dragons. Doesn't tell me the amount there, just tells me it does double status. Even as I take my time, like I know that's gonna stay there for like a long time. So you don't even really have to use these too much. When you get them to level 3, you kind of just use one and forget about it until you have to use it again. I assume it lasts like about a minute or two. Uh, I assume that's roughly it for what I want to test. Nothing too crazy. I think you're gonna have a good time doing the boluses, doing the starlight shards, doing the boiled crab. You'll get the most effect out of those because you'll possibly become a tank. The turtleneck improving your HP, the boiled crab improving. I'm tired. I'm tired. Give me a second. What I need to test is if they stack. Another thing, if you do the golden pickle foul foot or the silver foul foot, you will get the same effect at level 3. These two, you don't even have to have one of them anymore. You can just use one or the one or the other and get the same effect. So HP, but it goes away if I use something else. So you can, it's like Elden Ring. The pickle foul foot, it just gives him the same effect of his ability if he gives it to himself. I don't know if that stacks. I'm gonna test that. Okay, it kind of stacks. It doesn't give him 4 though. It gives him 3 instead of 4. Wait a second. That's not supposed to happen. Huh? Huh? That goes away, but the stamina buff doesn't go away. That is interesting. So you use a pickle foul foot. It doesn't go away. So long as you I didn't read all of this before that. So it doesn't go away as long as you self-buff yourself. And then there we go. Now we have 4 times. And we still, that is insane. Wow. An unintentional bug. I guess this can apply to your teammates too, if they use a pickle foul foot. It doesn't increase their max, it just increases their stamina regeneration on that. On top of your own stamina when you buff them. But the self buff definitely goes away faster. Hold on. Let's test the stamina regeneration actually. Oh dang. Oh dang, dude. That's gonna be so good. Yeah, it recovers pretty fast. Ooh. So I can do this, self buff, and then still use a pickle. And still use a boiled crab. But if I try to use, yeah. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know if there's a difference between this. 171. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna wait for these buffs to wear out. There we go. So now I'm going to test his core abilities. So, the self buff. It just increases his stamina. I don't have the other stuff yet to... And if you're on console, what you want to do the self effect is R2. And if you want to do the actual debuff, you have to do L2. I know that's not really like explained, or you don't know because you're just trying it out just to try it out. So before you hit them, whatever attack you hit them with takes increased damage, but it doesn't last long. It lasts about the same as the shield when you self buff. And as you can see, those ones further away are taking more time to build up than the ones right in front of me. $88, $88, $87. That's $101. $128. Not much of a difference. You want to do this like right as a Wilder is about to ult or something. So you build it up. You do that right as a Wilder ults. Big damage. Huge damage. Boom. 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 And that's the trick about this guy, is managing in between the self buff and then the debuff on enemies. I'm going to show you the shield one that was in the trailer. It's a bit hard to pull off, but for me, I'm going to do it probably first try. I'm going to do the self buff. I'm not going to do the debuff. I'm going to do it right before he kind of hits me. Just give it a bit, wait for it to come back. There you go. You kind of have to do it right as an opponent is attacking you, right as you're about to buff. And the damage negation, from what I just noticed, is actually pretty good. I guess you can combine that with like gear and stuff to where you hardly take any damage. I don't know how that's gonna work in Everdark though. Takes like a quarter of their health. Pretty good. So I hope that helps out. The main gist you want to get from Scholar is that with consumables, he can be pretty tanky, can be pretty decent, but his weapon damage is not going to be as crazy because it focused more into status effects. I've seen one weapon where it was the Watchdogs, but it had like poison on it and it did about 300. And you just want to get anything with a status effect. Poison, cold, it doesn't matter as long as you have something. I like to start out with blood, but honestly it's probably better to do frost, because with frost you can just apply a debuff on them already. On top of the debuffs you can already apply on them. It's just, you get more use from it. Bloodlust, you do damage. Definitely doing some damage. This character though, I don't really think you want to be doing damage. I think you just kind of want to be off doing your own thing, kind of supporting. Never like having aggro yourself. Having aggro yourself is a bad idea. But yeah, that's my guide for this guy. Hope that helps. You know, give me some feedback. Tell me what I can do differently. That helped me out great. I want to get better into doing these kind of things. That's it for me. See you next time.